if you can walk through your week with me and commit to doing that, then on my end, what I'm going to do is kind of decide what kinds of things should be accomplished in those sessions. So this is like actionables for our next call, but then even beyond for our next call, what we would want to do is put together a very simple task list of things to do on those days that you have that time to dedicate, that you can actually check off yes or no, I did that thing today. And then we reconvene regularly and we talk about how it's going and we adjust our strategy. And I think that we can get you to a point much more quickly where, we hit those goals that you talked about, where you are recognizable, your projects are recognizable, you have income to help accomplish, or not even help accomplish, but income to accomplish those things that you are interested in, that you have determined are important to you. Not just, again, not just an interest, but like this is the biggest thing that you could do that would make you happy and rewarded. I think that instead of 2030 being that, I think we might set you off on a path that would get you there by like 2028 or maybe even end of 2027. This goal that we're talking about, where you don't even have to think like, am I going to go to this conference because I can afford it? Am I not going to go to this conference? Like checking the budget. We're talking about that kind of thing happening several years in the future. But a stepping stone to that is like 1 year from now, or even sometime in 2026, you're making money that allows you to ask yourself, am I going to go or am I not going to go? Because we've determined that right now is a moment in your life where it's like the answer is just no. Like I just can't do that. I can't afford that. I can't justify it. Right. And then ideally, far in the future, we talked about it becoming something where it's like, well, there's not a yes. It's not even a debate. Like, yes, of course I'm going to go because that's just how it is. But I think there's even something much closer that we can get you to where it's like, I am deciding yes or no on going to this conference, and the answer is yes. I can save money by saying no, but I'm going to say yes. And I think that's where we want to get you. And I think it's definitely possible. I think we could definitely do it. I think part of it is needing that outside perspective and putting together an actual plan. Like, I think that you have a plan so far, which is I'm going to do this until I get to that point. But I think that we can accelerate that plan to where we can actually put a timeline on it and say, in October, I'm going to go to this conference. We're going to put together a tentative plan for things that you can accomplish in those time segments that you have allocated. And we can talk about that on our next call. But what I want you to do in the meantime is actually go through your weekly routine, and I want you to specifically put those segments where they belong, however that works for you. Because if we could just put together a master plan for you and be like, okay, now go do it. I don't think the issue is that you don't know what to do. I think it's that, one, that you need a couple people on your team working with you. And then also just something that is more, here are the 3 to 4 things to do every single day or every single week, rather than I'm going to do kind of flying by the seat of your pants a little bit, or like improvising, and knowing that far enough in the future you'll get to that point, but still kind of improvising.